This week, for the new year, it's a new season. The football gods have brought us some top tier games in both the NFL and in college. The Natty Championship is set. Wild Card Weekend has indeed been wild. A new gummy bear flavor has been unlocked. Snuffles, Cruckles, sickness, in health. We're back 2026. No neurovirus here. We're recording. We're back. Let's go.
And our partner, Homage.com, DK, is now the go-to site for the hottest NFL playoff gear. I'm talking about the playoff heroes, Christian McCaffrey, Caleb Williams, Josh Allen, soft tees, and more available at Homage.com. Listeners, click on the link in our show notes to help support your favorite podcast, One Star Recruits.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast. Checking in at 194. Monday night recording, Monday Night Football. Was what we thought it would be. The biggest stinker of the football weekend for sure. Even in the beginning when the score was close, Rip, it was still a stinker of a game. You can just tell this Pittsburgh Steelers team is so absolutely fraudulent. And they got exposed tonight by a very good Texans D. We're coming in just talking ball. The Christian Kirk, one-star alumni, one-star bump. Christian Kirk. There you go, Rip. I'm tying it together. Is moving on in the playoffs.
I love it, DK. And I was already thinking early, because this is going to be your first Father's Day. We had Christian and his pops on about 4 years ago for a great episode. I want to run it back with an athlete and their father, because now that you're raising a future 5-star, we got to see how it's done, man. Get the blueprint and learn some things from our elders.
It's ready to put your learning cap on. Although his football career is progressing post Jacksonville into he's had a nice role he's found with the Texans. A little bit concerned with his hair game. He looks like he owns a bodega in Queens with his hairstyle. That's kind of he's rocking. I'm not saying it's full Trae Young-ish, but it's getting the Trae Young-ish, Trae Young definitely could make you one of those sandwiches you see on social media at the bodega. Come on, you know what I mean, Rip? It's time just to shave the heads. Is Trae Young going to shave his head as a Washington Wizard, Rip?
If he's ever going to cut his hair, it's probably the best time now. He's getting a new start with the worst team, the worst franchise in the NBA. Like, do something, man. You gotta create an identity when you go to a new spot.
Go ahead real fast before we talk ball. Corey Kispert, one-star bump to the Atlanta Hawks in that trade. Corey Kispert, McCollum, who I don't even know how much of a usable player he is at this stage, but a great leader, a good locker room guy, traded straight up 0 picks for Trae Young. First good landing place, Rip, in Atlanta with the Hawks and a young and exciting team, a team that can do something in the East. Look I'm going NBA here. Trae Young, we mentioned Trae Young's hair, and I just got completely sidetracked. But good landing spot for Kispert. He's been on the show. Good landing spot. Is he going to get some good 3 looks down in the ATL?
I mean, anytime you go from the worst situation in the league to anywhere else, it's a good landing spot. And yeah, Atlanta's on the rise, man. I think they were. If you look at the empirical data this year, they were better without Trae Young. I mean, Jalen Johnson is a new star of the league. Throw Kispert on there and just chill by the 3-point line, shoot your 45%, and bring home the 15 mil. It's a great spot for him.
Empirically, you're probably so. What my boy Rip's saying is, sorry, Bub Carrington, sorry, Alex Starr. You might get a couple lobs, but other than that, you're just gonna life's not going to be that fun. It might start off fun. It's like a bad relationship. It starts off real fun. Before you know it, just a dude launching 40-foot threes, just with bad hair, refusing just to shave his hairline, and then not playing the defense. I think that's what gets him shipped out of town. At the end of the day, it's so weird that he wanted to go to Washington. That's a whole nother story. This is the first time in a long time I've had a guy who's getting superstar money, who wants to be treated like a superstar, respected like a superstar, who's clearly a 3rd or 4th tier guy, say, I want to go to the worst team. I don't even remember this happening recently. This might maybe in the 80s and 90s when guys wanted to go back to their hometown. Was Champ Bailey from Denver? Maybe he wasn't. Chauncey Billups. I'm flipping sports, Rip. You know what I mean though? Why would you want to go to the worst team? He would it's where he wanted to go.
I don't have a real answer other than if you're just happy making 40, 50 million a year, averaging 35 and never sniffing the playoffs or just always losing in the first round, then you do you, Trey Young. I mean, you're going to
That's
have
what
a
it
Hall
looks
of Fame
like.
career on the worst team in the league and maybe go down as a Wizards legend for whatever that means. Is that worth anything? I guess so.
He's right there with it. He said in his press conferences he's excited about John Wall's jersey being retired. It's just a category of genre they want to chill in that. I mean, it's better than Ben Simmons, I suppose. But that's what can you do? What can you do, Rip? It's not something I want on my Phoenix Suns. I want to try to at least try chase banners and not chase money and chill, and I'll just hang out in the league a little bit. Rich Paul has a podcast. It's pretty good with Max Kellerman. Rip, it's a pretty good podcast. He goes fairly deep in talking NBA and this type of stuff. What pushes people to do things? He talks. He says some good stuff about Ben Simmons. It's interesting if you want to listen back. Basically, though, at the end of the day, he's saying just this. There's guys who want it, but there's another level you have to hit in the NBA when you want it. And it's very easy to go make 40, 50 million and chill and kind of just play some ball without any serious playoff repercussions or pressure, I guess, at the end of the day. Trey Young's hair, man. That was a crazy transfer to some NBA. Just had to get that out of my system. I don't even know where that was sitting here. And I already apologized to Bub Carrington. DMV finest. Well, how do we start this? Pittsburgh's done. Pittsburgh's lucky to be here. Holy shit. So the Texans got the Patriots coming up. TJ Watt goes 0-5 in the playoffs. How about that, Rip? Did you know that? 0-5 for TJ Watt. Dude's never won a playoff game.
He's, I think, on pace for more sacks than JJ if he has not passed him already. But yeah, you got to get some playoff wins on your belt, bro. I mean, maybe time to demand a trade if you're TJ Watt. Who knows?
I
Aaron
think he might
Rodgers is
he
done.
might look on getting out. That's going to be a blown up thing. I think Mike Tomlin's time is up. I think it's time for all parties. It's been a good run. Speaking of numbers, the last 9 seasons, Mike Tomlin have not won a playoff game. They've been there, they make it, but you gotta win some of these to punch on through. The Baltimore Ravens identity is a defensive oriented team, and where they are right now, I don't know if Mike Tomlin is what they want, but he could come in and just fill the hole pretty quickly and have that motor humming just the same over there in Baltimore with the same defensive mentality that those Ray Lewis squads might have had. That would be crazy. Mike Tomlin just does a quick rival switch. See ya. Just going to hop over there. It makes sense when I think about it. I can see it happening. How about our Arizona Cardinals, Rip, with the Sad Boys Club? Well, Sad Boys Club, before I even talk wild card games here, the biggest highlight of the Arizona Cardinals Sad Boys Club this week, obviously, we're not playing. It's the playoffs. This is where good teams are. Bad teams are doing what we're doing. But this year is even better. We are celebrating on social media and all media that we just had a phone call with John Harbaugh, Rip. A phone call, one of 7 teams, but we were one that had a phone call. That's what level we're at with the Arizona Cardinals. Come on over, Vance Joseph. We're ready for you. Come on. We're going to take just another kick to the mouth. It's the Sad Boys Club will continue. We can't celebrate phone calls. And we were the last listed team on the phone call list. They listed Atlanta. It wasn't even in alphabetical order. It wasn't. It was clearly the Cardinals were just a written on final. I think it was written in pencil, just the Cardinals. They just threw it in there. He just threw it in there.
Well, if we want to stick to the script, this is about the point in the show where I mentioned Bill Cowher and Larry Brown as candidates for the next coaching job. But yeah, John Harbaugh, to me, honestly, like a little overrated. I mean, am I crazy? He won that Super Bowl with the Ravens team that looked more like the Brian Billick team that won the Super Bowl. So I don't know, man. Call me crazy. Definitely the second best Harbaugh coach in the NFL, but I mean the fact that teams are beating down his door is a good sign for him. But are there any good teams that want him? That's my question. These are all shitty teams, like you said.
He'll lean to probably a better team. If I was him, I would because he's older. Yeah, he probably is the better Harbaugh too. Over there with the Chargers, that Herbert as well, 0-2 in the playoffs. I thought that number was bigger. That TJ Watt number of 0-5, just yuck. It's going to be a coaching carousel. I know you spoke on it. I know you want another young guy. I just it cringe. I want to spit on that when you say it again. It's something I don't want to go through, but I feel like that's where we are with this team because I also don't want a Harbaugh. I don't want a retread guy, a Stefanski. I either want to do a complete restart or somehow shoot the moon, and I don't even have a shoot the moon guy in mind. Gruden, perhaps. I mean, realistically, so give me one of those guys, Kubiak. It has a bad taste. It has the taste of Cliff Kingsbury all over again. Remnants of Josh Rosen running through my head, and Kingsbury trying. It's just this very tough situation when you're so bad and you need help in all aspects. Where do you turn to? Nick Saban? You coming to Arizona? You like golf? What's your final pick right now? We'll do a little prediction show too. Final pick. You taking a youngster. Which youngster do you like?
I'm all in on this guy, Davis Webb, who I believe is either the offensive coordinator or the quarterbacks coach for the Denver Broncos. 30 years old, DK. Let's get as young as possible so we don't have to pay him a lot. And after he torpedoes the franchise again in 2 years, like every Cardinals coach does, run him out of there and not be on the hook for a lot of money.
30 years old. Sounds like a PGA tour guy or a backup quarterback. 30 years. Yeah, don't fuck that, Rip. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'll meet in the middle. I'd rather even go McDaniel, Mr. Mike McDaniel, over a fresh faced 30-year-old. Nevertheless, good for you, Houston. That defense is legit. Is that Lassiter, speaking of Arizona Cardinals, is the Lassiter on that team the kin of great Arizona Cardinal Kwame Lassiter? I always wonder that. I never asked the question.
We'll have Winston look into that. I do not want to
Do you think
make it
about it too
official.
when you see him too and you just don't know the answer?
Yeah, I mean, Kwame, Kamari, I mean, it's got to be some
It seems
connection,
like
right?
it's there. Yeah, look into that. We'll get Winston into that because it's all too close. And I think about it, it's time that we just close that damn loop. Back for a new year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all that bullshit, Rip. I know you were sick with it. Did you leave town? Did you do anything exciting? You just whole house was sick like everybody else?
Yeah, when you go to Disneyland a couple days after Christmas with 2 million other people, it's a rite of passage. You're gonna get sick, and that's what happened, man. I'm on day 11. I'm almost out of it right now. It sounds like you're getting a little nasally and a little bit of it, but I'm here to tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We are done. We are 95% healthy now.
You've been going to Disneyland for years now. So we're in football season here. You're probably I would call you're the offensive coordinator of your family. I think that you do plan a lot of the offensive kind of the proactive moves within your family as far as where to be, what time to go, where to move to. So what's the first 12 plays you're drawing up at Disneyland at this stage? You're an OG vet now. Go ahead, walk us through the first 12 plays.
I'd like to get Tamua's thoughts on this now that he's a new father as well, but we're getting there right at 8 a.m. when it opens. We're sprinting to the fantasy land, which is Alice in
Family
Wonderland.
sprint. Everybody's got buy-in to the sprint.
Family sprint until one of those Disneyland cast members tells you there's no running allowed in the park. So then you speed walk. Basically, it's a speed walk to the Teacups, Alice in Wonderland. You got Peter Pan, Toad's Wild Ride, Casey Jr., Dumbo. You try to knock about five of those out in the first 60 minutes, and you're golden. Then you take a little rest. Then you hit some of the good rides, the Matterhorns, the Jungle Cruise, the Indiana Jones, the Pirates of the Caribbean. You make your way around the
What
park.
is it? The first five to knock out? That's important so you can burn energy, or so you just can get them off your checklist.
It's because you beat everyone else to the park, and those rides don't get
Those are
crowded.
maybe the worst rides, though. The worst
But
rides.
but when you have kids, those are the ones they want to go on, and those rides don't get crowded until about 9 o'clock. So you got the first hour, you can hit a bunch of them and knock them off.
How many teacups you do? 2 sessions?
We did one session, but I think when you total up the rides, I think my record is like 27 in a day. I think we hit like 19 2 days after Christmas. So again, like probably 19, also 19 viruses in my body after that. But 11 days later, I'm back.
Yeah. When's the first food stop within that run?
10 a.m. reservation. After you knock out like 7 rides, you got a 10 a.m. reservation at the Plaza Inn, which is where the characters walk around to your tables.
Fancy.
It's a buffet breakfast. The characters walk around to your tables and greet you and talk to the kids, take pictures. So that's the best spot to go.
How
But
many more years you got in your kids respecting characters?
we got at least one more in Santa Claus. Disneyland characters, we probably got a couple more until they get a little sloppy though, man. My 9-year old's starting to see like neck hair on
Yeah,
Goofy and
exactly.
like
Bingo. Catch a watch, neck hair.
Captain Hook
Thank you,
has a
Rip.
boner. Like, yeah, how do you explain those things, you know?
That's why I asked the question. You start to point out just some odd things. How come he smells like a Marlboro Light? How come Winnie the Pooh, actually smells like he took a deuce? It's a damn human back there. And so I think you're pushing it. I think you might actually be in your last year remembering this little ride. But you guys still go with character routes. Respect. Is there any churros or sweet treats along that way, or is those too expensive for your family?
Sweet, more like salty. I think they both got popcorn, soft pretzel stuffed with cheese, the Mickey pretzel in the shape of Mickey. I think we use the oh, you know what? At breakfast we got some pastries and then they have a little ice cream bar that they got. So yeah, that's where the desserts come in at breakfast.
All right, first 12. You're winning the day out there, getting your rides in. What's that cost you? 350?
Man, everything has gone up in this world, DK. Yeah, I mean, for a family of four at this point, it's probably over $1,000 if you don't have an annual pass. You're looking at $1,000 a day when you factor in all the food and souvenirs and all that. It's not cheap, bro.
Yeah, 350 a person. That's what they say nowadays. Yeah, that's about right, man. Godspeed when your annual pass. Yeah, you're still doing that annual pass. That's gonna switch over hopefully to like a snowboard mountain or something fun in your next stage of parenting instead of the Disneyland go through. No disrespect to Mua and all you weird Disneyland people. You are a weird Disneyland dude, Rip. You are. Do you consider yourself one?
The only weird Disneyland people are the adults that go with no kids and stand in line for Winnie the Pooh. Like it's cool to go on a date there and go on Haunted Mansion and the roller coasters, but
Yeah, is it?
if
Is
two
it?
adults are going on Winnie the Pooh, like it's time to look in the mirror.
Yeah, that's scary and creepy. I think I have a feeling that you're in the ninth inning of your Disneyland go around, Rep. I think you're gonna peel back out of this phase pretty soon, and you're gonna realize the memories were wonderful, but you might ponder maybe you could have embraced golf a little bit more with the kids. That same amount of money. Maybe they could have played hockey. You could have some NHL hockey bros right now running around town without amount of money spent. It's a full year of hockey, $1,000.
Actually, breaking news, like, the transition is happening. We have not had a Disneyland annual pass for 2 years now. We moved over to Knott's Berry Farm, which is now owned by Cedar Fair, which owns Six Flags, DK. Let me tell you this, wreck of the week, $99 for an annual pass. Not only gets you into Knott's Berry Farm, you live in Southern California, any day of the year. Literally, you could go every single day. But it also gets you access to the 40 other parks across the United States that are owned by Six Flags.
Everybody thinks that the Six Flags is going under. Okay, real quickly, because you took us here. Give us the first four plays at Knott's Berry Farm. All the poor people say that one. The poor say, "Yeah, we're going to Knott's Berry Farm." Nobody even knows what that means. Is that a farm? Is that
It, it,
Are there rides?
it originated as, I believe, a boysenberry farm in Orange County. They grew boysenberries and made it into jams and jellies and pies. And they still sell some of that stuff there. But yeah, now it turned into a full theme park. It's been going
Same
for
deal. You guys running? You run in. You get your first 5 rides in. Similar rides or just a little different?
I can't tell you yet because we're inexperienced. Any listeners that have had this pass, like hit us up because we need it. We need the advice. We've only been 4 times.
Here's some advice. There's a Portillo's hot dogs I know right there. Also, there's the what's the Cuban bakery in LA that I love so much? It's right there as well.
Portos.
Portos, and Portillo's have a location right over there. So the fat boy in you can go get yourself an Italian beef and a chocolate cake milkshake after some Knott's Berry Farm. I'm sold on that. I like that. At the end of the day, it's all about just getting outside and doing shit. Really. And that's what people do in SoCal. You go to theme parks. You're either a beach family, which we know Rip's not. He doesn't like the sand. He doesn't like the parking. Or you're a theme park family, or you're just like a fast food family. Those are the three options in SoCal that you can choose. Little Caesars included in that. When was the last time you had a Little Caesars?
Been a minute, man. My kids are all Domino's now. They love that garlic crust from Domino's. Like they swear it's the best pizza on the planet.
Domino's took over the game. They got one good app. They got a good app, and that was it. They took it on over. There we go. So you excited that Indiana, one of our schools with many one-star alumni on it. We love interviews. We've been there many times, talked to a lot of the greats have been on our show. They're in the national championship game. This guy Signetti. Those Signetti t-shirts that look like Marlboro logos. Did they say Signetti on them like a Sig? Just great. What a stoic mofo. This guy means business. Put together a team. They look very fucking good. Going to Miami to play what Miami basically now is a home game. They're not supposed to be here, the Miami Hurricanes. They beat Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona at our home turf. Ole Miss wasn't that good. They shouldn't have even been there. Where's the SEC teams, Rip? We got Mark Cuban versus Michael Irvin here.
Yeah, maybe this Wild West NIL stuff is leveling the playing field a little bit. I mean, you see that stat. Everyone's seen the stat by now. Indiana, average age of their team is 23. Average age of the Green Bay Packers is 25. They got an old team. They invested their NIL money well, and it's a crazy story, man. I don't know how you can't root for them. That talk about like the Cardinals hiring a successful coach from somewhere beneath the NFL or beneath the head coach is Curt Cignetti, man. James Madison just killing it. But he's not even young. He's like in his 60s, and he's like a diamond in the rough that people found in his 60s. But I love to root for the Hoosiers, man. I'm excited for them, and against the Canes, two defenses. It just goes to show, man. You got to always bet on those defenses. Defense wins championships.
It's been good football. Sorry to our guy Rossi. He has had his tickets booked. He's an Oregon Ducks fan, like a lot of other people had their tickets booked to sunny Miami. That was a shocker to see the Oregon Ducks go down in the fashion that they did, and it's one of these stories that will go down in history. And there's no better place than Bloomington, Indiana, for it to happen. A basketball school of all places, playing team football with a stoic head coach who believes in his guys, with a character of a quarterback who just makes plays. And that's what it's about. In the NFL and in college, it's really about making 4 or 5 big time plays that change the game. We saw a lot of them. And Mendoza makes big throws when he needs to, and he takes on the identity of Cignetti. It's good stuff. Yeah, Bidwell, roll out. Bidwell, back up the Brinks truck. That would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen. Those guys, and maybe you'll see those guys. Kirby Smart would be good to maybe get out of Dodge while it's tough to do the NIL gig. Go take that Atlanta Falcons job and just get on out. But I'll be watching. Good stuff there, college football, hand clap. Don't know how sustainable it is over time with the NIL stuff going on. We got Raiola. He's just committed to Oregon. I was looking, Rip, he's played for, Steven starting in high school in Arizona. He's played for about 11 different schools over the last 5 years. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Nobody has a handle on it. These two teams playing in the national championship as a prime example of how just wild this stuff is, and nobody really knows what's going on. And it's the wild, wild west times of college football. I must say, though, it's fairly entertaining. It started off pretty slow. the JMU stuff and some of these small schools shouldn't be here, but it really got together. The stories, the storylines, and the right people ended up filtering up to the top of this bubbling bowl of college football crap, and gave us a good playoff season and hopefully a good national championship game. And we'll remember that. I'm going to take the Indiana Hoosiers, and I think it'll be a close game because Miami's playing at home. How crazy would it be? We got the Niners in the playoffs too, Rip. We could have the Niners possibly playing in Santa Clara at the Super Bowl. That's a long shot. They need Fred Warner back and just a lot of things to fall into place. They just lost Kittle. Tough route to get there, but it's possible. And then we got Miami in the national championship game. I don't know if that Winston is. Can you get him on that? See if that's ever been done as well. Crazy times we live in, Rip, but good football.
I remember a few years ago when the Rams beat the Bengals. That was at SoFi Stadium, so that's got to be the last time it's happened in the NFL. I'm not sure about college, but with the rotating bowls now, but yeah, I think the Niners are a long shot, man. They lost that game to Seattle 2 weeks ago. All those injuries, like you said, but you never know, man. Kyle Shanahan, probably the best coach in the NFL. I would never bet against that guy.
I've always been a hater, but he's turning on me. He's also, I'm using the word again. He's a stoic dude. He keeps his composure. Stays true to the game plan. Your Rams, Rip, dopey Matt Stafford with his veneers. What do you think of those veneers? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Does he have veneers? I didn't know. Did he get his teeth knocked out from
Take
a
a look.
game?
I think he's a veneer guy. Take a closer look. Get back to me. Great game against the Panthers. The Panthers should not have been here, but they ended up showing out. Stafford, though, this is why you pay the guy the big bucks. 300 yards, 3 TDs, including just a wonderful game-winning touchdown. And just the best catch that I might have saw all weekend to Colby Parkinson with 30 seconds left. Amazing throw, amazing catch. That's why you bring in a guy like this to come through and win these types of games against a Panthers team that shouldn't have been there. I mean, huge hand clap. Watching Jalen Coker, High Point alumni right there. He needs to be on the one-star recruits, Rip. Jalen Coker, man. Where you been all season? You just might have walked your way into my fantasy football team next year. And Bryce Young just got a little mojo going. I'm not mad at Carolina showing up and at least playing in this game. It went with the vibe of at least good football this week and made the Rams really have to fight and earn this one. Shout out too for Stafford. He just passed Arizona Cardinal great Kurt Warner for the most postseason passing yards and completions in Rams franchise history. By the way, when the Rams left St. Louis to LA, did any of the fans in St. Louis go with them, do you think, or everybody said fuck off?
There's no chance because everyone in St. Louis, I don't think they're rooting for the Rams anymore. I mean, some of the
That's
LA,
what I'm asking you. Did they go? And if not, where do you go in St. Louis?
Chiefs,
do you go,
probably. I don't know.
Chiefs? Is it Broncos?
Is St. Louis, Kansas City a rivalry? I mean, I think it is a little bit in baseball, but can you not root for the Chiefs? Chiefs apparently are moving to Kansas now. Who the hell knows?
That's what I was wondering about. I needed to ask somebody that question. I was thinking that, like, what do you do? You're kind of fucked. Do you hate everybody, or do you pick a team? I guess you could go to Chicago. You can have an open. You could pick any team, but you definitely can't root for the Rams in LA. That's the worst thing you could do, for sure.
When the Cardinals move to Portland, are you going to be a fan still?
Well, I have ties. They can't ask me. I have ties to both cities. There's no way. The valley is good for ball, Rip. Good weather there. They ain't going nowhere. We just need to sell that team. Say it with me, Mr. Bidwell. Sell that team. I thought the Bears needed to sell their teams, though. What's the family? The McCluskey family? Who is it? Rose McCluskey, whatever her name is, still owns the damn team. Guess what? The fucking Chicago Bears are back. Caleb Williams is back. I on this podcast, you on this podcast. Last year, we basically said this guy paints his nails and he is not it. And the whole first half of this game against the Packers, I also said, this guy is not it. He did exactly what Mendoza did. He makes one of these throws, and then he makes another one of these throws that only a couple human beings in the world can actually make. And the throw that he made that changed the whole dynamics of this game was this running to his left, throwing with his right, doing the Michael Jordan jump to Rome Odunze, and the ball had to clear two defenders. It was it was why you draft this dude at number one. Hell of a game, Rip. That looked like a Premier Soccer League match at Soldier Field last night. I mean, it was going off there. Big hand clap to Chicago. I'm happy for them. I'm rooting for the Bears. I'm rooting for it's fun football to watch. They they say fuck the Packers, and they got a head coach who's doubling down now on being true to just being saying, this is a rivalry and we're going to kick their ass. And they were counted out for dead until they came in and actually. Now, this fourth quarter stuff, I don't know how sustainable it's going to be throughout the playoffs, but I'd rather give myself a chance. And this dude, Caleb Williams, definitely gives you a chance every fourth quarter. He's going to show up. Matthew Golden, Jordan Love, all these guys, they got it, but they don't have it. This is the Caleb Williams that we saw at USC a little bit. We wondered if it was transferable. The running around and the throwing and the craziness that worked at USC, but we didn't know if it would work in the pros. Here it is. It's working. This is my game of the week. It was just a great game. The whole city of Chicago felt like a college campus. It probably still does. Where does Chicago rank on your city list, Rip? You never give it any shine. Is it your top 5 cities?
Definitely top 10. I mean, obviously Laughlin number one, and then you go down the list, but definitely top 10. I mean, the Bears are living the Cardinals' dream right now, basically. They've been terrible for the last decade. They get a number one draft pick, turns into a superstar quarterback, and they pair him with the brightest offensive mind in the NFL. That's exactly what the Cardinals are looking for in the next 2 to 10 months. In the coaching search in the NFL draft, you find Ben Johnson and you find Caleb Williams, you turn an entire franchise, an entire city around overnight, DK.
Secret sauce. And that defense is flying around. I don't know a lot of their names, but they're flying around. You're probably, Rip, are you a cheese grater hat guy? Would you be caught on the streets? Which one first? Cheese grater hat or one of the big hats, those big hats that were a fad last year that died out, thank God. But which one would I catch you in on the streets?
Probably cheese grater. I look good in yellow, so I'm gonna go cheese grater.
Cheese grater's gray, bro. Cheese head is yellow. The cheese grater hat guy story is kind of crazy. It's actually a Wisconsin company that was making cheese heads and selling them. And I don't think business was booming, but they were selling them. People would buy cheese heads, funny haha, if you're going to the game, or my uncles. So they were selling them, but it wasn't Blockbuster. And the Green Bay Packers sent this small company a cease and desist letter to stop making the cheese heads. So they pivoted to some other things that didn't work. Then they decided that they wanted to pivot over to their Illinoisian friends. And that's when they created this cheese grater, which apparently a cheese grater has open IP. I didn't know this. It's like Winnie the Pooh. Nobody has IP on a cheese grater, but the Packers have IP on cheese heads. And this thing blew up during this playoff run. Now this little company's selling millions of these fucking cheese graters. True story, Rip.
I use one every day in my house. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm not a Bears fan.
Well, that's a good story about a small company who got fucked, and then they got their other team, the rival. Rip, get out of here, man. See you later, Jags. That was just, hey, Josh Allen is just the man, right? That's it. That's just Josh Allen being the fucking man. Am I right, Rip? Jacksonville wasn't fully supposed to be there, but that was just a man named Josh Allen saying, you know what? I'm going to take everything on. I'm just going to do it. And he did it.
Yeah, I think he's got 6 career playoff road wins and something like 6 straight divisional round appearances. No Super Bowl, of course, but if any year is the year it's going to happen, it's this year. They got to win at Denver, but if they can do that, they're smooth sailing, I think, to the Super Bowl.
That defense is so shitty, but anytime you got Josh Allen on your team, I mean, anything can happen. He willed a couple quarterback sneaks 5, 10, 15 more yards than they should have been. And then Jacksonville, just tough way to lose, man. Got to hold on to that ball, Jacoby. Jacksonville, I'm going to watch them next year, though. I like them. Good young team. Things moving in the right direction. 49ers, Eagles. See you later, Eagles. They were also fraudsters, Rip. It was exposed. The 49ers, we talked about them. We just got to hand clap them though. They ran that sky bang reverse pass. It sounds like a porn movie. That was the pass from Jennings to McCaffrey that flipped the whole game. It was a beautiful play. Jawan Jennings threw a great ball. It was great coaching, wonderful play calling by an OG vet that really understood the situation and needed to pull that out when he pulled it out. Hard to watch AJ Brown drop all those balls, hit him right in the hands. Do you had any? Would you have any thoughts on that, Rip? What do you think when the best receiver on your team just can't? Balls are hitting him right in the hands, and he just can't secure them.
It's tough. I mean, some of those were really difficult catches, but a really good receiver would make those a lot of times, especially that last one. Like I think Tom Brady or whoever was on there said 99 of 100 times he catches that, but he was kind of already on his way out in Philly after this year, and that just kind of shut the door and don't let it hit you on the way out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Patriots got one of those damn guys like Josh Allen too. It happens to be Drake May. Great draft, great head coach. Rip, there's the commonality in a playoff team again. Mr. Bidwell, if you're listening, there's the commonality in the playoff. Mike Vrabel, Drake May. Good coach, good young quarterback who's willing to get in there, not make a lot of mistakes, hang around to make the 2 or 3 big plays that you have to make, which he did, and don't turn the ball over. Congrats to the Patriots. They're back. I hate the Patriots. I like this young Drake May, though, so I'm rooting for him. It's good football. I'm just going to keep rooting for good football. It's life's much better when you got close games going down to the last plays or field goals to win these things than blowouts. So we're going to always root for that on the 1 stars. 1 star moments of the week. We all have them. We don't talk about them. It's been a couple of weeks, Rip. What do you got?
All right, I'm gonna go with the topic we love to talk about on this podcast, DK, earwax. Everyone knows, I mean, every avid listener to this podcast knows I don't use Q-tips. I haven't touched a Q-tip in like 4 years. So you're gonna tell me, how do you get the wax out of your ears? And I'm gonna say the body naturally puts out the wax that it can't handle. So every once in a while, a piece of wax will fall out, and this and that. And but still, 2 months ago, I'm gonna say I was in the shower, got some water in my ear, clogged it up a little bit. So normally when that happens, it'll open back up in a day or two. But it was lasting weeks and weeks, DK. So I finally booked myself an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat doctor. I went in, and the guy looks in my ear. Within 5 seconds, he says, "Oh, you got some wax in there." He goes, "Let me get it out." So he lays me down on the table. He pulls out this like hook apparatus, sticks it way down in my ear, moves it around for like 60 to 90 seconds, pulls out a ball of earwax, DK, about the size of the end of a Q-tip, an amazing amount of earwax, and next thing you know, I can just hear 100% clear again. So, wreck of the week, man. A, don't use Q-tips. B, the guy told me he has tons of patients that come in once a year for a yearly ear cleaning. So, I think I'm going to add myself to that mix now. So, wreck of the week, go see the ENT, get your ears cleaned. And people don't clean their ears, DK. Get your ears cleaned.
It's pretty nasty.
Sorry, that was 1 star moment, but turned into a record.
Yeah, it turned into a positive. I mean, it's pretty nasty. It's like a booger. It's right up there with boogers. It's probably grosser. Foot jam boogers, boogies, and whatever ear stuff. But fuck, that also must have felt so damn good. How good did it feel? Like a scab being ripped off? That must have felt so good.
That I paid $153, I think, on my HSA card for that 10-minute appointment. It was worth every penny. I would have paid double it. Probably the best feeling I've had in like 3 years.
A lot of people do. Will put these candles in their ears too. If you're curious about some home remedies, I still do Q-tips. I feel like I still get value pulls sometimes, but I know I'm jamming them back there.
Yeah, you're pushing the wax further into your ear with.
Is that what your doctor said? Of course he said that because he wants you to come in once a year. He's got a business to run.
That's what Dr. Google says.
Shit, it's all conspiracy theories over here. I had the worst thing happen to me in the morning that can happen to one adult. The morning coffee routine is just so important. It's become the most important part of my day. It's the most important moment. It's the 1 hour of silence that I can find from like waking up, putting the water in the coffee, putting the coffee grounds in, letting the coffee go, and having a glass or two of coffee before the kid wakes up. And I did the worst thing that I could do last week, and it was on a Monday. It's Monday last week. I was as quietly as possible, bringing it on over. Gonna go. I had to dump out the remains of the prior day's coffee because sometimes you still have the coffee in there. You get lazy, So I was pulling the top off. It wasn't budging, so I gave it a pull. When I gave it a pull, with my left hand, my right hand slammed the damn coffee container, which is like this plastic glass, right into the fucking sink. Bottom of it cracked and exploded. And my whole beautiful morning of silence and bliss and my most excited thing I was looking forward to and everything in my whole morning was shattered. I looked down and it was just a whole crack on the bottom. No coffee for me. And if anybody who's a coffee person knows, it's like a drug addict. Immediately your mind just goes through the 6 different ways you can get coffee. All of them suck. All of them involve putting a jacket on, getting into a car, driving somewhere. Nevertheless, I did. I got a coffee. I made it happen. And I also hopped on Amazon. Guess how much for a replacement? What's the brand? Shit, Winston. I don't remember the brand. It's a mid-range brand, Rip. Guess the replacement price on a coffee barrel for your coffee maker, standard coffee machine.
$89.
$34.
Not bad.
Got a fresh one, though. Same day delivery. What a time to be alive. So just like you, bro, turned good to bad, but nothing worse than fucking up your coffee routine and having to figure out where you're going to get your fix. It is just because there's no way I'm not doing no coffee. It's not happening.
You got Lee's? You have Lee's in Portland?
I do. I don't think they open till 9, though.
Ooh.
Maybe not. They do breakfast sandwiches.
Let me suggest you go get a $6 bottle of the coffee concentrate. Put it in your freezer just in case a situation like that happens again. You won't have to leave the house. You'll have it there. You put that thing on some ice and you'll be ready to go.
Maybe.
If you want to drink iced coffee in 20 degrees.
God, it's the best thing. That first 2 sips of coffee, sitting down in my chair with my bathrobe on in the morning. Fuck, I'm old. I'm an old piece of shit.
Sound like a 45-year-old woman.
I mean, I really am. I'm thinking about it tomorrow already. I'm already just now. I was just thinking about it and I was getting excited already. I can't. Sometimes I go to sleep thinking about a cup of coffee, especially if I have new coffee. Because that's what I do. I'll buy different kinds of coffee, different strains, and try them out. It's like a damn fiend. 1-star recommendation. It should be coffee, but it's not. It's a Costco find. I have to draggle my fat ass into Costco every 2 months now for diapers, Rip, for diapers. Otherwise, I've been able to stay away from Costco because it's just bad news. I am thinking about buying a recliner chair at Costco. We'll save it for a future episode. I'm curious to know what listeners think about furniture at Costco. It seems fine to me. It seems better than fine, actually. But this product was found in the candy section on my way out. I always do a drive-by the candy section to see what the new hottest thing is. This one's called the Strawberry Mochi. They're little mini squares of it's basically chocolate covered strawberry gummy. Okay, Rip, milk chocolate. They got a little bit of white chocolate on them, and it's a gummy. It's like a chocolate covered strawberry gummy form, and they're fucking amazing. So if you find yourself at Costco and you want to do a little treat yourself. Everybody does this one treat yourself item at Costco. Let's be honest. Everybody does it. And if you don't do a treat yourself item, I know that you're getting a slice of pizza on your way out, which at this Costco here by me, it's all no humans anymore. It's all robotics and electronics, Rip. It's like Steve Ballmer's arena, like the Intuit Dome. No humans, robots and screens. Order on screens. Pizza gets cut by a robot. Pushed out by a robot. I lost my track. Strawberry Moochies. There you go, though. Holy shit. I love gummies. Everybody knows I love gummies. These were a hit with my wifey, though. Kimmy loved them, too. She doesn't like all gummies. She likes very little gummies. She loved these. The chocolate and the gummy actually went together. So there you go.
What's the cost on that?
I think it's like 9.99. You should stretch yourself a little bit more at Costco. You want a value adult dessert though is to take your ass to Trader Joe's and get the Trader Joe's mochi ice creams. Get yourself a strawberry flavor. They're the best. They come in 6 little mini mochi ice creams. Rip, they're the best adult after dinner dessert. You just crack one of those, have a little mochi ball, a little ice cream ball wrapped in sweet mochi pastry, and your adult uh, dessert cravings will be solved. Those are $2.99. Trader Joe's, TJ's, strawberry and vanilla flavor.
All right. Count me in. I'm gonna throw out a little pastime here, DK. And everyone knows if you've seen me create any kind of art in my life, it's been terrible. It's been one star. I'm a terrible artist, terrible drawer. But recently discovered DK, and this is something that you kind of know, but you just got to take the time to do it. My older son and I, he's been wanting to look up YouTube videos of like step by step, like how to on drawing certain things, NFL logos, brain rots from Roblox, like you name it. So we've been doing this the last couple nights. We've been looking at spending 30 minutes on YouTube and just side by side, step by step drawings. And it's incredible. I draw a Houston Texans logo the other night, and I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the best work of art I've ever done in my life, just because I took time to sit down and do a step-by-step 8-minute video. I can't draw it freehand, but if you do anything on YouTube step by step, you almost become an expert. So that's the rec of the week is sit down if you want to draw something or just have some calm creative time to yourself. Look up anything on you. They have these step-by-step drawing videos for anything you could imagine in the world, DK. So look it up on YouTube. Take 5 to 10 minutes to do it. You'll be surprised how good it
What are you
comes out.
working on right now? What are you drawing? A nude male? A nude?
You want to be my model? No, we drew a brain rot. I think it's called like pumpkin and spooky or something like that. It looks pretty good, man. I've never seen this thing in my life.
Can I make a request for you and the kids, and you guys can post it, or you can send it to me, and I'll pick who did the best one. Can I make a request?
What do you got?
I'd like to see a caricature of Vince Tobin drawn.
Man, if there's anything that YouTube does not have, it's probably that. I'll search it up though and see. Hey, we're coming in the NFL draft season. We might need to run back one of the best segments in the history of the show is interviewing draft prospects and holding up childlike NFL logos and seeing what they think of them.
Yeah, we
That
gotta
one
get
hit
it going.
really well.
That's why you should have your children draw who you think the next head coach will be for the Arizona Cardinals. And we can play that when we get a Cardinal next time. Or you can have them draw Arizona Cardinals coaching great Vince Tobin, just for my own amusement. Those are great recs right there, Rip. Hit the music, Rip Reacts. The Chicago Cubs. Everything's coming up Chicago. Signed Alex Bregman away from the Red Sox. 5-year, $175 million. They overpay for Alex Bregman, Rip. Is he in the past the prime of his career? Is he in the downfall of his career?
I think he probably is, but he's still one of the best third basemen out there, and it's the going rate, man. You got to pay. You got to be willing to give him a 5-year contract to get maybe 3 more good years out of him. It's the way MLB's been for the past however long. And I mean, Shohei Ohtani's on a 10-year deal. He's not going to be good in the last 2 or 3 years, but it's what you got to do in MLB today. So it's going to help him this year for sure.
Best of these 3 teams, best landing spot for Ja Morant, the Bucks. The Minnesota Timberwolves, they've actively been interested in some point guard upgrades. Somebody to add to the Anthony Edwards backcourt, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or the Miami Heat, which makes the most sense when I close my eyes and think about it in my brain. Put them in the system down in Miami. These are the top 3 contenders in the NBA rumor mill, Rep. The Bucks, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or the Miami Heat. Which is a better fit?
Sadly, my vote has to go to the city out of those 3 with probably the least gun violence. I'm gonna say Milwaukee. The guy's got a real problem, and he also probably needs like a calmer environment. Putting him in South Beach in Miami seems like a recipe for disaster. I think if you go up to Milwaukee, freeze your ass off, and just chill with Giannis and have fun eating at McDonald's and going to Chuck E. Cheese probably on a Friday night. Like, hopefully you can't get into much trouble up there. So I'm gonna go Bucks.
I think I'll also go with the Bucks as the best basketball team, but that Miami Heat uniform and Pat Riley thinking he can make things right in that culture with Spo. I think Miami Heat's going to be my guess. Rip, would you give your vote to Mr. Spencer Pratt from the Hills TV show for the next mayor of Los Angeles? Spencer Pratt, does he have your vote?
Thank God I don't live in Los Angeles. I live in Long Beach, DK, not LA. Famous quote from Peyton Watson on this podcast. But no, if I was an LA resident, absolutely not. I would write in Mickey Mouse over that guy. Stay out of politics, man. Stay on the podcast.
I always like Lauren Conrad and Brody.
I'd vote for her.
Best podcast alive. See you next week, One Stars.
See you next week.